traders, this is Rich from Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is December 9th, 2025. How you doing? I hope you're doing well today. Let's just state the facts. The trading community has set the bar very, very low. Straight up. The bar is set low. Why is that? Piss poor education. That's why. Too many failures. That's why. People that can't trade. That's why. People that want to ingest their own opinions in the market. That's why. And they continue to set the bar low. Why? Because they can't trade themselves.
They talk about manifesting. It's fucking real, man. Manifesting is real. When you figure out who you are and what you want to do, and you devote your life to it like a maniac, like you're all in on this thing, and you manifest, most of these people end up doing what they say they're going to do and being who they say they're going to become. It's real. And there's no excuses. There's no fucking days off. There's no, not willing to grind and, everybody's against me and this didn't happen for me because of this and that and all this whining and pussy ass bullshit that a lot of people do these days. It's these people who dive in and they're hardcore and they're focused and they know what they want, they know who they are, and they lay out these short-term goals and this roadmap on how to get there. Most of those people make it.
Are you happy with a grade of an F? When's the last time you took a test? 90% and above is an A, isn't it? In the 80s is a B. In the 70s is a C. In the 60s is a D. The 50s is an F. 50 and below. So why are you hanging out with fucktards? Fs. D's, C's. You set the bar low. You allow that. Why did you allow that? Here at Breathingwiththemarkets.com, I don't set the bar low. I expect perfection. That's what I expect. Perfection. Being able to do something at 100%. That's not setting the bar low. That is the expectations of once you have the knowledge to do the right thing. Not to do the opposite, not to practice your own way. But once you have the knowledge, you have to apply the knowledge. Why does the military, doctors, law enforcement, all of those people are held to a higher standard? Why? They have to make split-second decisions, literally split-second decisions, and be right every time. And if they're not, they're held accountable and they're chastised. Right? Then all of a sudden we come to trading, and we set the bar so fucking low that everyone thinks it's okay to have a 50-50 chance to win or lose in the market. Man, there is a lot of work that needs to be done. And if you're not investing in yourself and willing to pay for education, you're not going to make it. You're hanging out with people that set the bar low, telling you that it's okay to have a 50% win rate. It's okay to have a 30% win rate, as long as you adjust your stop loss and you win more than you lose. So lose 100 times and then have a 100% winner, and you're still in the game. Let me ask you something. Are you in that vicious cycle? Because if you go through a cycle, if you go through that cycle, I'm not saying I'm going to go through that cycle. I'm saying if you go through that cycle, because you have not been taught how to trade. So when you go through that cycle, how do you know where that cycle starts and finishes? How much money do you have? Because if you don't have deep pockets, you're not going to make it through that cycle. You're not going to make it a full circle. You've been fooled. You've been lied to. You've been misled. You've paid for basic education. And now that you're disgusted with yourself, you're thinking about quitting. Because you paid thousands and thousands of dollars for something you could have done yourself. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I disagree with you thinking that everything else is the same. You hung out with people that set the bar low. You hung out with people that didn't ask for perfection. You hung out with people that had basic information and they had a business plan. That's why you are where you're at today. You hung out with the wrong people. Professional athletes or athletes in general. Those who go to weightlifting. Those who put in the reps. High frequency trading. High frequency hit rate on athletics. HIT. Think about it. It's all the same. Life is the same, traders. The time you put in, the better you're going to be. But if you're doing some effed up crap, it's like an alcoholic, right? Or a drug addict. You provide them the alcohol and drugs, that's not going to help them out. When someone provides you bad information or information that doesn't work, how's that going to help you? How is that going to help you? It's not going to help you. So if I taught you something and you start to change it and you start to add to it and you start to go against it, you're going to lose. I've proven that. You will lose going against my system. Period. You will lose going against my system. If you start adding stuff to your chart, you start doing something different, you start listening to someone else, what they do. Have they proven to themselves that they're profitable? Have they proven to themselves that they actually have a skill? Because what is the definition of profitable? I just baited you. What's the definition of profitable? That profit by definition is different from every community, is different from trader to trader. So how can the word profitable even exist in the trading community? What is the definition? By who? What is the true definition of profitable in trading? How about a skill, trader? How about, do you have a skill? Not gambling, not taking a windfall trade by accident, not investing in Bitcoin when it was at $1 and now it's at 90,000 per share. That's not trading. That was a lucky investment, or maybe it was an intelligent investment, whatever it was, whatever you want to call it, right? Those who got in did very well, and congratulations. They earn it. They deserve it. They took the risk and they got the reward. But that's not trading, right? That's not trading. How would you like to have a skill? How would you like to open up and populate that chart and understand where you're at in the market? As soon as I open that chart up, as soon as I have an account ready, I can start to trade immediately. That's a skill. That's not called gambling. The gambling are waiting for these horizontal zones, right? Those are the gamblers. The gamblers are waiting for the supply, support, and resistance, right? Support and resistance, supply and demand. Once it hits this fair value gap, I'm taking it long. When it gets down to that fair value gap and I start to see some wicks and it starts to suck up that liquidity, I'm going long, baby. They got it fucking wrong, traders. They got it fucking wrong. Here to tell you, that's fucking wrong. Does that work for you? It'll work until it doesn't. Because just because something works some of the time doesn't mean it's okay to do it all of the time. What cycle are you in? Are you gonna tell me, are you gonna try to convince me, are you gonna try to convince the people that I train that your cycle is always going to hit when you're profitable? Because if you don't know how to trade and you don't know where you're at in the market, it doesn't matter what strategy edge you have. It's just a matter of time before you run out of money. But oh, what about those traders that say, oh, I do a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2, and I do a 1-to-1 $50,000 stop loss or a $100,000 stop loss. And then they close the trade at $20,000. Now wait a minute here. You have a $100,000 stop loss because you want to impress people, a $100,000 stop loss, and then you're taking $20,000 out of the market? Oh, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up. Okay, let's think about this. This morning, what was it, about over $6,000, right? I had a $4,500 drawdown that was trailing me. $4,500 drawdown, trailing my ass, with slippage, with fees. You don't know where the fuck it's going to be or what's going to happen because it's so fast in the market that they can knock you out of the market. Even though you know what the hell you're doing in trading, they can still knock you out of the market, right? Making $6,000 quickly on a 1-minute time frame, and you have somebody saying that they had a $100,000 stop loss. Do the math. They had a $100,000 stop loss and they bragged because they made $20,000 on a higher time frame. It's not impressive to me. Is that impressive to you? Ask yourself, is that impressive to you? Well, someone that talks about a $100,000 stop loss, a $50,000 stop loss, a $25,000 stop loss, and they're not getting a 1-to-1 traders. Their math is fucked up. They didn't graduate from fucking high school probably. And they don't know anything about math, and they certainly don't know anything about fucking trading. Are you that stupid to believe these people? I know you're not. I know you're not. They are trying to attract young traders when they hear $100,000 stop loss. Oh God, this guy or girl's great. Shit. Man, if I just had $100,000, this guy's and girl's great. Just fucking draw a line on the chart. Hell yeah. That shit's real. We don't need any stinking education. Just fucking draw a line on the chart. Doesn't work, traders. That's called gambling. Anyone that has a $100,000 stop loss, a $50,000 stop loss, $25,000 stop loss, $10,000 stop loss, and says that they're doing 1-to-1s, well, their 1-to-1 should match, right? Think about it. If they're saying they're doing 1-to-1s, then how come they don't either lose it or gain it, since they know how to trade? Think about that logically. Think about it. How about sending a bunch of kids to school or a daycare? This is what's happening with discords and communities because they set the bar so low. What about sending a group of kids out to a daycare? What do they come back with? Colds and sniffles, allergies, flu symptoms, COVID, whatever you want to call it. Dirty hands, foot-mouth disease, right? Think about all that stuff, right? Is the bar set low? Well, no, not really, in a sense that the daycare places in general keep it as sanitary as possible. What about all the snot and sneezing and coughing and stuff going on around the class and touching everything, right? Then it just keeps going out in the public, and then everyone starts to get sick. That's how things spread. Same with the shitty Discord. Same with the shitty live stream. Same with people spewing bullshit information that you don't need to pay for anything. Just learn it yourself. They set the bar so low. What about these what about these trading channels and prop firms that have their own TV stuff? Right? You know who they are. I don't need to name them. But last night it was funny. Well, someone asked them a question and said, hey, what's a good hit rate? That's like asking, hey, what's a good fucking score on a test? And you know what they said? Well, a decent hit rate is all you got to do is win more than you lose in 50-50. So if you're winning more and you have a 50% hit rate, then you should be profitable. Fucking prove it. Prove it. And how are you getting there? You're not doing the same thing. You can't. That means to tell you you're always winning at the right time and you're always losing at the right time. It doesn't work that way, traders. You've been fooled. You believe that shit? 50-50? That's a fucking F in my book. Failure. 50-50 is a failure. That's right. Mentees at Breathingwiththemarkets.com, I won't accept 50-50. They know that. They send me stuff and they say, hey, this is what I'm working on today. I look at it. If I see something wrong, I say, find the errors. Find the errors. And they find it immediately. I expect 100% hit rate. I expect 100%. Why are professionals, law enforcement, military, anything that has to do with life and death, hospitals, first responders, why are they all held accountable? You know, presidents, politicians, whatever it may be. All of these people are held accountable. And then when it comes to fucking the trading community, some jackass set the bar low. And then all these other jackasses start to believe it. That's messed up. That is messed up. Manifesting. What's wrong with you traders out there? Why do you believe 50% is okay? Why do you believe 30% is okay? I get it. If you're not able to trade, I get it. But you don't have to believe that shit. It's not okay. 50%. Well, how many trades you take a day? Who fucking cares how many trades you take a day? Who cares? It is volume plus hit rate over a period of time. It's not win more than you lose. What do they mean by win more than you lose? That's called gambling. Keep stacking it. If you had a 1-to-1 the first time. You see, everyone always tries to figure out a system so they don't have to become great. They don't have to have a skill. It's a gambling mentality. Well, if I bet $1 on the first one and I lose it, I'm losing $1. Then I'll bet 2, and then I'll bet 3, and then I'll bet 4, and then I'll bet 5, and eventually, as I keep doubling my money and my entry, I'm going to eventually recoup everything. What the fuck is that? Is that trading? That's gambling. Why in the hell do you allow people to set the bar low? I expect 100% hit rates. I'm setting up a chart. Doing what you're supposed to do. Just do what you're supposed to do and allow the market to reward you from good behavior. Not I don't trade London, I don't trade Asia, I don't trade New York, and come up with a fucking excuse why you don't trade. No liquidity, there is liquidity. No news, there is news. So many excuses. Just look at the language of the chart. If you get a book from another country and you open it up, how are you going to read it? Some jackass is going to tell you, well, you don't have to read the book. Just look at the photos and you understand what they're talking about. Oh, wow. That's a great idea. Just look at the pictures. That's just like trading. That's why there's gamblers. Because when they see a market going up and they see an impulse going up and they see this impulsive candle going up, guess what they do? They buy. And as soon as they buy, what does the market do, traders? It reverses. And they can never figure out why every time I get into the fucking market and I buy an impulsive candle and the market's going up and all of a sudden it seems like I just picked the tops and the bottoms and I'm losing everything. Well, you know why? You're looking at the photos in the book, but you don't know how to read the book. It's a different language. I am just using logic, traders. I am just using logic. But there's not a whole lot of people out there that have common sense. There isn't a book on common sense. You either have it or you don't. Now you can teach a program with objective evidence in the market. Now you can teach a person the language of the book. It might take some time, but as they practice, then they're going to be able to read the book. And then they're going to figure out that the photos that they see were all fake. Geez, that's a thought. What you see is not what you get. And if you don't believe me, you don't have to. I don't care. If you want to learn how to trade on a daily basis using objective evidence in the market, come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com. I will teach you 101. I don't have the bar low. My expectations are not low. Because people that come over to breathingwiththemarkets.com, they are investing in themselves. It was a risk and reward for each individual. They value their money. And I understand that they value their money. Therefore, my expectations and the bar is not low at breathingwiththemarkets.com. The expectations are high. And I am with them during the entire time that they're learning the skill. We don't set the bar low here. Why would I accept the money and they invest their own hard money and I set the bar so low? And where do they find themselves tomorrow? Down the same rabbit hole, trying to get out, thinking that it's them. It's not them, traders. It's you and those fake ass gurus. That's the problem. But you can fix it by not listening to them and demanding a skill. You can fix it by not gambling. You can fix it by seeking further education that someone that has a skill. Doesn't matter where, but they must have a skill in the market. They must be able to read the language of the market. And if they can't read the language of the market, then I wouldn't invest. That's just my opinion. I would not invest if they cannot read the market's language. It is a book. It is a book. It is a book with a name on it. It is a book that hasn't changed for 20 to 25, 30 years since it started printing candles. It has not changed. It is the same book. Unfortunately, very few know how to read it. Very few. And who knows? Maybe a handful. I don't know. But it is a language. And you must understand the language of the market. Because you and I don't have enough money to guess, to gamble, to hope and pray, and shoulda, coulda, woulda. Invest in yourself, and I'm here for you. Come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com. 2026 is around the corner. How do you want to start off the year? Spinning your wheels again? How was 2025 for you? Don't get down and don't quit. Never fucking give up. Peace, traders.